Is having a color palette limiting for your style? Let's dive into it today. Hello, beautiful women. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm super excited to dive into this topic because, like we were discussing last week, there are certain myths when it comes to color analysis that I don't believe. And one of them that I wanted to give some more time to was the statement that color analysis or knowing a palette that works for you is limiting. This is something that I've heard over and over again, often from people that don't do color analysis or don't use their own palette, which is fine. But I think that there's a myth that knowing your colors can be incredibly limiting, and I really truly don't believe that. And I wanted to talk about the reasons why I believe this in today's video. So when you have your colors done, your color analyst, whether you're hiring someone like myself or someone in person or someone else virtual, they're going to be looking at the value, undertone, and intensity of your skin and finding a palette that harmonizes with your coloring. Now, for me personally, I'm a true spring, and this is what my palette in particular looks like. Again, I can't put it quite under my chin because it's going to hit my mic and start muffling all sorts of noises. But you can see that overall my hair will look a little bit more golden with this. My skin looks like it pops with the colors, and you see both me and the color at the same time, which is really cool. Now, what I'm holding is called a flag. It's a fabric flag that I would use to show my clients some of their colors. Now I have individual swatches that they can see that's in a larger format. I am just showing this to you for the purpose of the video today so you can kind of get an idea. So every palette has a color story. So this is a very warm pastel color story, right? Kind of Easter egg colors, floral colors, things that you would see in the springtime, which is the true spring palette. And I'm thrilled that this is my color palette. It works really, really well for me. Now, everyone has more colors than this. This is just a snapshot of it, and your color analyst will show you how to find all the colors in your palette with the use of either a wallet or something virtual. My clients get both. However, the reason that I don't find this limiting, number one, is because all of the colors mix and match. This is one of the coolest things about color analysis that I feel like doesn't get talked about often enough. When you have a palette, you have a color story in front of you that shows all of your blues, purples, yellows, greens, reds, like neutrals, all, you name it, right? And these colors all have the same value, undertone, and intensity to them. And what's special about this is when you get into things like color blocking, when it comes to your closet, you really don't have to think about what goes with what, because the color story is all the same, which is very cool. So it really comes down to, at this point, once you know your palette, how bright do you want to be? How out there do you want your fashion? And what do you want to mix together? So as an example of this, hold on, let me grab something. Okay, I got a couple things here I can show you. So in my True Spring palette, I've got green, which you can see here. Now, if I were to grab a green pair of pants that I wanted to wear during the day, I could opt for something relatively neutral and tone it down so it's not so vibrant. I could also get my cream, or I could get a darker tan if I would like, or more of a chocolate color if I want to ground the outfit a little bit, or I could go for a beautiful coral red. Or if I'm feeling extra, extra bright, I could go for my blue and really do an interesting, cool color block, which to me is so fashion forward. It feels fresh, especially for springtime. Hello, are we not dying for all the spring colors? Because same. But because their color story is the same, this will look so beautiful together. And I could put a neutral shirt with these two pieces. I don't have to pick another color underneath. Although if I wanted to, I could. But what makes it work is their saturation level is the same. Their undertone is the same. The value and intensity of these colors are the same. So it becomes a no-brainer when I start mixing pieces in my closet. You know what I mean? Whereas if I were to get another color that was outside of this, that was like a seaweed green, that like dark, softer, more gray tone green, could I put it together? Maybe, but I would have to work a little bit harder on how I'm going to bring those two worlds together, because the undertone and intensity, all of that's not in harmony with one another. And this is one of the beautiful things I love about color analysis, because so many of you talk to me about how much you love my capsule wardrobe videos and how effortlessly everything seems to go together. And it's because I'm using pieces in my closet, and I have built my wardrobe substantially on my color palette. 95% of what's in my closet is all based on my color palette, because I know it makes me look my best and it makes me mix and match all of my clothing so seamlessly. So why wouldn't I want to do that, right? It just makes my dollar stretch further, which I really, really love, and makes the outfit possibilities in my closet more of a no-brainer every single morning when I get dressed. This is why I start with this when I begin my transformations with my clients, because it makes their shopping and style more of a no-brainer for them. It just creates more confidence, and it's such a wow factor when people are wearing their colors. Like, they really look sharp and pop against them, which is so incredibly beautiful. Now, another thing that comes in with colors or limiting is some people will say that, oh, well, it just means like you have to avoid certain colors. Like, you can't wear them anymore. Like, I don't like that. You know, wear what makes you feel good, right? And you guys hear me talk about this on my channel all the time. And so let's like hit the brakes on this, because I agree. You should wear what you want. And so just as I mentioned to you a moment ago, 95% of my closet is my palette. I have gone rogue 5% of the time. And that's because I do believe you should wear what makes you feel happy. Now, for an example of this, springs look terrible in black. So there's another myth I actually didn't get to in my last video. Black looks good on everybody. That's not true. A lot of people look really, really unflattering, or they don't look good in black because it's a really harsh, high contrast color. And so springs, being someone that doesn't have a lot of contrast in my coloring, it's too harsh for me. And so I have very, very little black in my closet. You guys know, you comment all the time that you like that I don't wear a lot of black. There's a reason for that. Now, it doesn't mean I have nothing. No, I have a black Chanel bag. I've got a black turtleneck, and what else do I got? Can I see in front of me? Oh, one black blazer, which is the least worn blazer out of everything that I have in my closet. And other than some black shoes, I don't have anything black. Those are the few things that I have. The other thing too is that I personally really love white. Now, it does not jive with my coloring. I look much better in cream, which I do gravitate towards more in the fall, winter time for myself, but I love a good crisp white blouse. And so you will have to pry it from my cold dead hands before I stop wearing my white blouse. Now, does that mean I'm wrong for wearing that? No, because it's what makes me happy. And I often layer my white blouses with jewelry that is my color. I wear like makeup that is my color with it. I wear pants that are my coloring with that, or I'll wear something underneath the blouse that is my coloring to help perk up my overall coloring while I cheat, if you will. And so this way I am honoring what I love while still remaining true to my palette for most part. But because it's something that really makes me happy, it's a win-win overall. I tell even my clients when they have an analysis done with me that color analysis is a tool in your style toolbox. And so it is up to you to feel empowered about when you use it, why you want to use it, how often you use it. To me, if you're going to have it done, it just makes sense to put the investment behind it afterwards, because now you have more information for your shopping. But you're the boss. You get to decide how much you use it, which is a beautiful thing. And so no, you don't have to not wear colors. But if you're going to follow the guidelines of your palette, there will be some potentially that are recommended you stay away from. But other than that, you wear what makes you happy and then use your palette as a guide moving forward. Now, the other reason why I really don't believe color analysis is limiting or having a palette is because to me it actually creates more freedom when shopping. And this is maybe a different way of looking at it, but one of the things that I personally loved, and I know a lot of my clients have loved when having their colors done, is that when they go to a store, you know, you can take a quick glance and you'll be able to see fairly quickly if your palette is available in there or not. And I know a lot of you out there feel frustrated by the overwhelm and the amount of clothing that's in stores or online, because there is so much available to us nowadays, which is beautiful. But with that, if you don't know what you're looking for, it can often feel overwhelming. And so having your colors is, again, a guide that will help, you know, show you where your colors might be situated. Again, knowing that they're going to mix and match with other things in your closet. And so there's actually a lot of freedom, I think, in knowing what colors are best in you and what not. So you're kind of eliminating so much of the stuff out there that you know doesn't serve you. And so your dollar is only going to go in a direction of, not only does this color work for me, but I really love this piece and how it looks on me. And to me, that is empowered shopping. It's smart consumer shopping too, because there's gonna be less waste, hopefully overall, because you're navigating and creating something that, again, is intentional, it speaks to you, and is curated for your style in particular. Now, this kind of next point sort of goes into the previous one. They're sort of same sides of the coin, if you will. But also with makeup and hair color, again, something that feels very frustrating to a lot of women is that it gives you guidance in this department. So there's less of a oops, if you will, with picking things that don't work well for you. I know a lot of women have told me in past that they'll go to Sephora, let's say, for example, or a makeup counter of some kind, and you know, they're just staring at a plethora of lipsticks or foundations or eyeshadow palettes, trying to figure out, you know, what's gonna work well. and what won't. And so again, you can use your palette, your wallet, to guide you with your purchases to make sure that you're getting lipsticks that really do work well for your skin tone, or that do make you glow, or that don't make your teeth look yellow, right? Because none of us want that, obviously. But it's really empowering to know what works well. I know for me personally, before I had my color training done and my color analysis, I used to buy blue reds all the time because I heard that, you know, they whiten your teeth more. And that's actually not true for someone that has a warm undertone. The blue red lipstick made my teeth look almost gray yellow. It was gross. And that's because it was competing with my natural coloring. So when I started going to my warmer coral reds and things of that nature, not only did it look like it actually blended with my skin tone, but my teeth looked whiter, which is a cool thing about color analysis, because when you have the right colors to you, the natural whites of your eyes and teeth actually look whiter and brighter, because you've got, again, colors that are harmonizing and lifting up your natural coloring, which is really cool. And then for some of my spiritual folk out there, one of the things that I love the most about color analysis is that it's literally like wearing the law of attraction on your body. There are so many studies done between chakras and energy fields of our body that our body does emit a frequency all the time. And the really cool thing about this is when you're wearing a color that resonates with you, so part of your palette, studies have shown that it actually reinforces your body's natural energy field, which is so cool. So you're actually emitting more of a positive energy from your body when you are wearing colors that already build on your body's energy field and coloring. And so they've shown that people are more positive, their energy is stronger when they are wearing colors that resonate and harmonize with them, which is super, super cool. And I mean, this goes so much deeper to, like, you know, color psychology, for example. Like different colors can make us feel different things, right? You've seen this even in movies and television when we're, you know, watching a character that might be down and out, right? The character might be wearing softer, moodier, muted colors to sort of create this darker mood, whereas when someone's feeling powerful and the character's transformed, you know, you see different colors that the character's all of a sudden wearing and strutting in a little bit, because the psychology of everything's changed, or we're communicating something non-verbally through just color alone, never mind like how the rest of the outfit's put together. I feel like that's a whole other video I could do a topic on that's really cool. But there's just so many layers to how colors can make us feel and how it reinforces our body's energy and how we're communicating every single day. It is so beautiful. And again, another way of feeling so much more empowered in your skin and just really truly adopting what your body's doing on its own, which I love so much. And I appreciate more and more the older I get. I understood that conceptually when I was in my mid-20s when I learned all of this stuff. But now that I've hit 40, I'm like, oh my God, that's just so much cooler. I really love that. I love it. And so if you want to feel empowered yourself about your own colors, I would love to either offer my virtual services too. You can read more about that down below with a link, or even better, if you want to create this empowered experience for other women with their shopping, their style, and their colors, I would love to have you in my online color analysis training. The registration closes this week on Saturday. So don't miss out. As of right now, this is only a one-time offering I'm going to be giving, and I would love to have you in my training. Again, this was something I used to teach in colleges. It's something that I've been doing myself with my clients for the past 15 years, both virtually and in person. And I would so love to have you in my world and teach you more about this beautiful, beautiful service that you can offer anyone from anywhere around the world, any skin type, any skin tone. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love it. All these years, it's the one service still that surprises me consistently with what a difference it makes. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to leave the link for that training if you're interested down below. And other than that, I am sending you all the love to the moon and back, and I will catch you again in my next video. Bye, guys.